Hi guys, my name is Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. So, Open House, how about that? Another Netflix original film that came out recently. Man, some stinkers up in here in 2018. Straight off the bat, I'm gonna tell you, if you're about to watch this film, just don't. It's not worth it. It leaves so many ends untied, loose ends, just it's half a film, really. If you haven't heard about this film, it's about a family that experienced loss, and the mother and the son move into her sister's, so the auntie's house, this big ass house up in the woods, and are just trying to get away from it all while they grieve. But there's a catch. This amazing mansion that's probably worth like $2 million or $4 million, I don't know the prices in the location, but my god, that is an amazing house. It is actually for sale, so it's on the market, and they are hosting open days like it doesn't really make sense because it's every day, and open days, I don't know what they're like in America, but that doesn't really make sense to me because it's in like a secluded part of the woods. Anyway, so they need to get out of the house every day by a certain amount of time. As the days go on, weird stuff starts to happen in the house, doors slam, things go missing. It's all a bit strange. They have some weirdo neighbors. Everything is just a weird situation. But the son has a theory. He thinks that someone has stayed in the house after an open day. Wow, this film is missing so much, and it's just not right. It's not right at all. You can tell the director and writer, no offense, do not know anything about horror, because I feel like they're really trying to suck you in, and I would say if anything, this is definitely a thriller, but it's a horror situation, but they turned it into a thriller somehow. It is a home invasion film, I want to make that clear, although it's a little bit iffy. And as I said, there is a very open ending, and there are some theories floating around that apparently the clues lead a certain way, but for someone who's writing down notes as they're watching a film, I did not see anything distinctive that made any complete sense. Even if one person or another person was the perpetrator, it didn't make overall sense, if that makes sense. The film, as I said before, also zeroes in on really weird aspects. At the very start, they go out to go get some milk, and then they forget the milk, and then the shot of the milk in the fridge. And I think it was meant to mean if they stayed and got the milk, something different would have happened a bit later, but it was just all a bit blasé and a bit strange. And then later she's picking up milk, and it zeroes in the milk again, and I'm like, is it the milkman? Is the milkman the killer? I don't understand. A film should never be left open that far that it doesn't make any sense. It's very like red herring everywhere, but then no reveal. There's just so many weird aspects and situations and characters. There's so many characters in it that it just doesn't really go anywhere. It's very slow trying to reveal, trying to show you the relationship between the mother and the son. So at the end of the day, even though it is an open ending, everything that you've learnt was just for no reason because they wanted to leave it open. Does that make any sense to you? No, not to me either. One thing I did like about the film was the sound design. I really liked the music they used. Some of it was very theatrical at some parts, you know, when there's action scenes, especially on home invasion, you can imagine what I'm saying. It was a little bit over the top, but I do like that, so I'm not mad at it. And I felt like they just try to wrap around a lot of things, but again, without a singular meaning to the film, it doesn't make sense. In a way, a great example would be Scream. Obviously, the killer is on the loose and you're trying to figure out who it is the whole time, and then the reveal makes it all worth it. This is that, but without the reveal. You know? But not everyone is a suspect. So it's just a weird ass time. I felt like the film was really trying to bring a complex situation about grieving and loss into a story that was just so empty. They were trying so hard to layer up the characters. They have this huge fight scene between the mother and son, which you can kind of see coming, you know, like I wish you were dead, you know, that kind of stitch, that something you've definitely seen before. But all of this really didn't add up to anything in the end. Anyway, I hate giving you guys so many bad reviews in a row, but this is what I'm here for. Don't watch it, guys. It's so not worth it. It's not worth your time. Unless you're gonna watch it in the background while you're like washing the dishes, you're not gonna miss much. My point is, it's easy to get frustrated at films like this because you do dedicate, you know, an hour and a half of your time to it, and then there's no payoff. And we like a payoff on this channel, even if it's subtle. I don't mind an open ending, don't get me wrong. Open endings can be great. Inception, great. But You gotta have a purpose for the film. If there's no purpose, if you're zeroing in on milk for no reason, you got a problem. I'm gonna give this one a personal score of 3, a scare score of 2, an originality score of 1. And that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry for being so negative again. I hate doing this, but you guys seem to like my rants, so happy birthday to you, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Stay spooky. Bye.